right? I came back to do over this video because apparently the first version left a bad taste in a lot of people's mouth and they didn't like it. They didn't like the realness and the rawness of it and they couldn't appreciate it for what it was. So, in an attempt to meet people where they're at mentally, I'll be calmer in this video, this version of it. So this is stage two, you know, self-communication, discovering yourself, removing trauma, negativity. So in the original video, I expressed a lot of anger, expressed a lot of what people would say, fucked up mindset, suicidal thoughts and whatnot, right? But I expressed that for the people who was feeling that to relate to them. I expressed that for the to show the understanding and the empathy that it's okay to be that way. It's okay to feel those emotions and feel your heart sink sometimes. It's okay to say, wow, I'm not feeling okay. To check in with yourself to communicate that I'm really not like you, the individual. You're not feeling good, so don't lie. Don't fret about it even. Just accept the fact that you're not feeling good, okay? So say, I really don't feel well. Breathing deep. Instead of repeating this cycle of pain that you're feeling, by feeling pain for the pain that you do feel love for the emotion. Allow yourself to sit in the sadness. Allow yourself to sit in the depression, the trauma, negativity. Sit in it and sit in it with love. Appreciate it. Feel it. Feed into it because you know we don't always have what we think is the best life, but what we have we are experiencing. So come into love what you experience. Right? Come into love for your thoughts. Come into love for your emotions. Know where you stand. You stand in sadness. Okay, just be like, okay, I'm gonna give you exactly what I do, right? What I used to do. I would feel the sadness, right? I'd breathe into it so deeply, and then I would smile at it. Just because X, Y, and Z happened doesn't mean I have to associate it with sadness or with pain or with anger. I just didn't know back then. I didn't know that I could move a different way. And I can't blame myself for the way I do feel, the way I used to feel, because I only operated off of what I knew at that time. So sometimes I might see that version of myself at that time. I might ask him in my head, I might say, what's wrong? He might say, you know, I really didn't like the way X, Y, and Z happened. And then I'd be like, Israel is okay. You could sit with me, you could talk to me. I'd say, you could sit next to me this whole ride. You could be here and I'm gonna love you. I'm gonna give you what you need. You just don't drive the show anymore. I'll handle you. And I actually feel a lot better. I tell myself that in my head. And there are people in wars, there are people who have it worse than a lot of other people. And there are people who have it worse than those people. The whole point is to understand where your feet at in your feelings, Homeless person had to be like, yeah, I'm homeless right now, okay? Instead of fighting and struggling and, I want to come out here. Just say, okay, I'm homeless right now. Just come to love it. Come to love the situation that you are in, okay? And from there, you ask yourself, how can I improve? Not what's wrong. See, you keep focusing on what's wrong, you keep creating what's wrong. So ask yourself, how can I improve on my current situation? Okay, my mood. Come to love your mind, automatically improves your mood, right? Then you come to understand your emotions for the situation, change your emotions to love, feel your emotions that you currently have, understand them, have empathy, compassion for them, have empathy, compassion for that version of yourself, and then you say, all right, I love myself regardless of the emotions. And then, watch your surroundings. I don't hate my surroundings. I don't want to hate my surroundings. I actually just want to be okay. You tell yourself that because it's true, you just want to be okay. Okay? And then you say, you take a deep breath like I just did. You say, the energy, just let it speak for itself. What do I really want out of the situation? Okay, I want to be okay. I want to do this. I want to get off the street, right? I may not know what I want to do to get off the street as yet, right? So you sit patiently and listen to yourself. Listen, what is my next move? You ask yourself that question. Or you ask yourself anything in life. Okay, what is my next move? Just listen to yourself. I just want to be okay. I just want to feel a little bit better here and there. I want to improve on this area of my life. You might start thinking things like that. I want to feel more gratitude. I want to do certain things and have certain things. You might tell yourself, okay. Then you might ask yourself, okay, what do I want to do that doesn't suck the joy out of my life? You know? Things like that. How do I feel doing this way? Okay. Maybe I can do art, I'm good at art. Maybe I can do music, I'm good at music. Maybe I can do this, I'm good at that. You dig? You do that, and then you just move forward from there. And it is a continuous journey of self-communication. You keep talking to yourself. You talk to yourself, you answer yourself, you listen to yourself. And you come to know your thoughts, know what's really your thoughts, know what's really not your thoughts, know what is the projection of thoughts on other people, know the projection of expectations. You come to see the projection of fear, the wants and desires, the things that you feel a need for. Like, why do you feel a need to get angry when X, Y, and Z happens? Okay. I need to get angry because I'm trying to defend my, okay. My defense doesn't have to be angry. Sometimes I could just walk away. You know, it's not like anybody personally attacking me. They don't know what they're doing. I have empathy, compassion for them, so I can move on. It's not their fault, it's just a program. It's simple as that. You know? Somebody does punch me, block, dodge, whatever, punch them back, get out. End of story. It doesn't have to be this pitter patter around thing. Simple, just simple things. Simple self communication, self love, self gratitude. You know? You just come to listen to the negativity of your mind, and coming to listen to that negativity in your mind, that trauma in your mind, those situations in your mind, you realize, oh, this is not really me. So instead of having to use positive affirmations, you just naturally begin to think positive. So instead of thinking, oh, I'm bad, so I need to say I love myself, you start to realize, oh, wait, now, I ain't even bad. I actually do love myself. And you'll be like, oh, okay, I don't even need to say I love myself. I just know I love myself, you know? I just know it. I ain't bad. So they'd be like, oh, I actually don't blame myself for anything. I love myself. You just start to love yourself, more and more, and eventually you will be where you need to be. You'll be where you want to be, where you think you need to be, and you'll sit there in that same situation doing the same thing, analyzing yourself, like, okay, I feel good now. X, Y, and Z. Still always communicate with yourself, you know? Sometimes where you want to be is not where you need to be in life. Sometimes some people come to reflect certain things to you, and sometimes some situations come to reflect certain things to you. Thank you for showing me these things. Thank you for showing me. And I'll move on. You'll observe everything as a reflection of your mind, people in your life, conversations around you. You dig? And you just move on. You move on. In love and in truth. That's all you do. And you stay true to yourself. You stay true to who you are and what you think you need at that moment. And remember, what you need at this moment might not be what you need tomorrow. Because your needs also operate on the way your mind thinks and the way you think. The way your mind thinks is an extension of you naturally. The way your thoughts are are a natural extension of you. So just look at what you're creating and then say, in your hand, and then say, oh shit. I'm doing it right now for you on camera, right? So looking at something I thought to me and I'm like, oh, that. I don't want to associate myself with creating that anymore, that energy. I don't want to associate myself with being in that frequency. It's okay. I love myself for what's going on right now. It's okay. Fall in love with it and move away. Move on. That's all you do. That's all you gotta do. I know now I know in my mind I don't have to associate myself with that certain thought. I don't have to do anything with that thought. I just have to create, I just have room in me for what I do want now. You dig? Anyway, I hope this video helped.